proud of the guys today to come out and approach the at-bats like they did in the first inning. I haven't had the exit velocities in game for the bulk of my career, but the years that I've had it, I don't think I've ever seen a team strike balls to that degree, maybe in a game, not to mention in one inning. So the game was really summarized, I guess, by the explosiveness of inning one for us. That was really good to see. And we need to see that. We have not seen it. It's interesting as you monitor the weather and how the ball carries. The ball was actually carrying more today than some of the days when the wind was pushing pretty good and you would think it would carry. So interesting conditions today, and it went, and some of those balls were absolutely stepped on. The exit velocity and, you know, the conditions are two different things, but the impact was great, and then the result was really good. In the fourth and fifth inning, the at-bats, and this is something we're working through, and it's a constant for me right now of just the application, pitch by pitch, management of at-bat, what we swing at. We don't mentally let down. I feel like at times we let down and at-bats are given away. It's not intentional, but if it was easy to do, there'd be a long line of people that could play the game. I just see the capabilities are there at times, and the lock-in needs to be consistent from pitch one till the last pitch of the game. Thought Moore was okay the second inning. He ran into some trouble, and Harrison's a good player, shot the ball through there, the ball off the wall in right center, and then the ball down the line. So he had a little bit of a mess on his hands. Miles made a beautiful play down the line, diving. He seems to do that at some point in every game. There's some above-average play that he makes, so that was a big one. And Stokes was really good, and good to get Lantigua in there. Dowd had a great day. To backside home run, left center field. It's deep to that part of the park. That ball's stepped on, and then the ball off the top of the center field wall. Good to see him. Obviously good to have him in the lineup, and you get a snapshot of some of his capabilities. Good win. That's a good team. They will notch more good wins this season, but they know what they're doing. They're well coached. They're very organized with how they play the game. So I'm proud of our guys to win all three.
Were you worried at all? Yeah, I think you had 10 home runs on the season coming in this weekend. Were you worried about just the power and if it's going to come?
Yes.
It's going to be that kind of team?
Yes. I know that the potential to have some powers there, but pitch selection, like the power revolves around what you swing at, and are you giving yourself an opportunity to get pitches that you can impact like that. So yes, I'm still concerned about that. Every team is built differently, and we've talked after a lot of games, and the personnel sometimes is a little bit different, and you have to find other ways to manage the game and come in first place. Somebody's going to come in first and somebody's going to come in second. And if the power's not a part of it that day, you've got to weaponize other things and figure out how to manage it. So I think it's there. The pitch selection and the approach to it has been what's held some of the power and impact back a bit.
Coach, obviously, getting the sweep is important, and now you got some games coming up where the competition is a little bit greater, including the team down in Gainesville that you play next, and then you go to Wake Forest. Obviously, you don't need to tell your players a lot to get motivated, but what did you tell them after this one?
We talked about today's game and what we did well and what we didn't do well. I don't get too far along in this. Like, they need to process what just happened. I haven't told them anything about the Florida game or Wake Forest or anything. Quite frankly, I haven't even looked at that one time. So they need to be as good as they can be today in this moment and learn how to play the game pitch by pitch. And then whatever happens to be next on the schedule, they have to try to conceptualize that and take that into the game, whether it's Florida or Mercer or Wake or NC State or Miami or whoever it is. They have to learn how to play the game at a high level, and the rest of it, the adrenaline and the excitement of being in some of those moments, that will add to it as long as you play the game properly.
Is that message for maybe like a Stutzer and a Paulino? Stutzer really ripped those two balls in the first inning, had a stolen base, kind of showed off the whole package, but then a few at-bats that he didn't do what he needed to do.
100% it's for them. It's for all of them. Like I talked today about some of the opportunities I had to play with Hall of Fame type players, Hall of Famers. And I knew they were far superior to what I was capable of doing. The consistency with which these guys approached everything they did in competition was just amazing. And it took me to age 27, 28 before I probably truly understood what the mental side and how you approach it pitch by pitch needed to do to carry you through the game. And some of those players that I was able to watch, David Ortiz, Larry Walker, Todd Helton, on, like they were just the best at never giving anything away. And then you look at pitching is the same thing. The really elite ones, the Hall of Famers, the All-Stars, it's a pitch-by-pitch battle, and they're fighting you every pitch. There's a purpose behind it, and the execution with the purpose separates them. And our guys need to understand that. This is a young position player group. They're young. Miles Bailey's very young. These are young guys, and we're a little older on the pitching side, but trying to push those thoughts through to some of these, whether they're freshmen or sophomores, there's a lot of just inexperience, and I'm trying to give them things that I didn't know until it was almost too late.
How big of a piece is down to your line in the second?
It's a massive piece. Like, we're a little short on the left-handed side. Like, we know that. We don't have a ton of left-handed bats, and that's okay. But to have that in there somewhere, I felt like in the middle of the lineup was a spot for him today. We talked all morning about how to structure the top part of the lineup, and then that clearly dictates what you have in the bottom half of the lineup. But I thought the guys at the top seemed very comfortable with what they were doing, and I just wanted to stick him in there, and I thought it broke up a large string of right-handed bats, which I think makes it a little more difficult to pitch to if you can break it up. So he's a very good, solid player. And you guys know that. He's savvy in the outfield, gets great jumps and reads, and there's enough thump in there so that you get what you saw today. Hangs in there against left-handed pitching. So, I mean, he's here to be right in the middle of this thing.
Peyton, good to go if you decide on him for Tuesday.
I don't know yet. I don't know. Probably doubtful.
Still dealing with tenderness issue.
It's just tenderness in the arm. Like, they've done all the stuff. Like, he's okay. He just hasn't recovered from his last outing. And the last one was really good.
Bavaro seems to keep giving you good at bats, man. Like the double down the line's a good at bat, the flare to left center to get an RBI in the first game.
Yeah, he uses the field. He did that in the preseason in the fall. And he's comfortable at third. I think that was a tricky little play he had that we did not water the infield today because of the rain. So the surface was different, and he stayed down on that ball well. He does use the field, and when you see a young hitter that can decelerate a little bit and slow that thing down to hang in there and hit a secondary pitch, it's impressive, and he's playing with a lot of confidence, so that helps. And learning, like things on the bases that come up and things defensively that come up, he's continuing to grow as he plays.
Any other questions? Coach, with UF struggling this week against High Point, but we know they're good. We know they're a good team. But how do you keep your guys focused on what they can do, not what they have done this weekend?
When we get down there, our guys will be focused. That's the least of my concern in terms of their approach to what comes next. They'll be excited and ready for that. What Florida has done or not done doesn't really impact how we approach it. We know they're a very talented, capable team. We know we've got to go in there and bring our A game if you want to have a chance. And I want our guys to focus on, in the moment, pitch by pitch, execution of what they're doing, regardless of who we play. That's the ticket to this thing.